what we're going to do is to start you off on the craft. So if you happen to have a book pack, or if you happen to have just a plain piece of paper and something to draw with, a pencil, a crayon, grab that right now. Just go and pick that up, bring it back here, and what we're going to show you is how you can make your own giraffe in our Giraffes Can't Dance book pack as we do Books Alive for Kids virtual adventures. Now, here's my friend, Linda Gray, who's going to show us how exactly do we make the giraffe that comes in our book pack.
All right, and now we are ready for our craft. We are actually going to make Gerald today. And as you can see, I've prepared some materials, and they are all from things that you can actually find around the house. Now, I'm starting with an actual frame of Gerald, but we're going to go through, if you don't have one of these, I'm going to show you a quick way to get Gerald on paper. You'll notice here first I'm starting, you can use crayons, you can use magic markers, you might even want to try some paint if you have some paint. That would come out well also. We're going to start with our shapes. That's the best way to start your drawing, and we're going to actually use the body of Gerald. It's actually a circle, but you know what? When you stretch a circle, it makes an oval. And an oval is the size that we need for Gerald because, you know, he has a heart that is 2 feet long and weighs 25 pounds. That's a big body. So you'll see as I put in there an oval. We're going to move up because what's so important with our giraffes is that long neck. You know, they are the tallest mammals in the world. And so we can actually make another oval, and it's nice and long for that long neck so he can reach his food. On top of there, we're going to put a little bit, someone told me that looks like a little bean on there, just a little side oval there. And don't forget too, we're going to put these little things up there. I'll tell you about those a little later. Now, of course, no giraffe would be complete without a little tail. Oh, are we going to have fun doing that later, making a tail? We're also going to continue with our shapes because a giraffe needs those legs. You know, he can run 35 miles an hour. We're going to make 4 rectangles. Yes, we are, to make those legs. So just kind of stretch down there if you're starting with just a plain piece of paper. And that makes great shapes for legs. And we can't forget one of our shapes called the square. And we're going to put a square at the bottom of each leg because that's called the hoof. All right. Did you know that male giraffes are called bulls? Female giraffes are called cows. And the baby giraffe is called a calf. How about that? All right, so now we need some texture on our paper. So as you can see, I wanted to try, I love texture, so I added some construction paper I had around the house. I found some wonderful pattern paper. And we all have some bags, I'm sure, in our storage, our cupboards, so I even used a little bit of red paper bag. And I actually found some brown tissue paper that we're also going to be using. I really didn't even need my scissors because I just ripped the pieces and we're going to put them on like that. Let's go back to that oval, that body, and I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue. You can certainly use a glue stick, and you know what? If you don't have any glue, you can even add flour and water together, and that would actually help you put the spots on Gerald. Now I'm going to add, I think I'm going to add a little bit of everything. I like using my imagination. You know, no 2 giraffes really look alike. Their pattern of their spots on their bodies are all different, sort of like our fingerprints. So I'm going to just put a little bit of everything on Gerald. Oh yes, use your imagination. I'm also going to fill in a little bit of his neck there. We're going to do that the same way. And you really don't even have to use these colors that I have used. If you want to add a little purple or chartreuse to that Giraffe, I think that's wonderful. Your giraffe should look unique just like Gerald was unique. Now, I think we better let Gerald see here. We've got to add an eyeball. I have one of these wobbly googly eyes, which is so much fun. But as you can see, if you don't have one of those, you can use some buttons you may have found around the house. I even have some circles that are stickers. Hey, you might want to put a star sticker for an eyeball. You could do that too. And I think I'm going to color in his ears a little bit. Don't forget those ears. And we got to give him a big smile. And remember what I told you about these little things? They're little horns, and they're born with those. They're called ossicones. So we're going to put those up there too. All right. Oh, I think we better add some spots to those legs. Okay. Going to add a little bit of that wiggly glue there. Doesn't matter if you get a little messy. That's okay too. It's always fun to just do your own thing. So we're going to add a little bit more in there. Some orange, some browns. Okay. I'm going to color in my hoofs there. All right. And we can't forget the tail. That's so important for Gerald. All right. Now you'll notice I'm going to use a little bit of yarn today that I found around the house. I also found some great pipe cleaners. They're so nice to bend. You may even have some ribbon. You can use a little bit of that. But we're just going to add a little bit of that word again, texture. It won't be flat. It'll be like 3D. So you can feel it. Remember, we use all of our senses when we're doing art as well. So there is Gerald's tail. Isn't that kind of cute? Oh yeah. And if you really want to get into it, you could even braid it yourself. All right, adding a few more pieces here. Now, you know, Gerald, we got to put him in his habitat. And most giraffes live where it's very warm, particularly in Africa, in the jungle, and they like to be in a lot of leaves and grass because actually that is how they get their water. So that is their nutrition. So I'm going to put a little reminder there. I'm going to color in my grass. Okay. And of course you could make some flowers in there. You can put in a tree in the back if you'd like. This picture is yours. And don't forget our Gerald. He danced by the light of the moon. So you can always add some pretty colors in the light of the moon there for Gerald. I think I'll outline mine in brown a little bit. All right, here we go. I'm going to stay right on that circle, or you could draw half a circle there. Now I want to show you, that's about finishes my giraffe, but I want to show you also as well another one that we had. Okay, and as you can tell, they look very different, and they're both so beautiful.
Wow, Paige, did you enjoy that?
Of course I did. I had a blast.
Well, why don't we ask our friends out there to just show us what they did? Can you show us your giraffes?
Ooh,
Oh
very
my
close.
goodness.
Ooh,
Is that cool?
that's so neat.
I love it. So Paige, tell me what you did. I see that you've got your giraffe and I have mine.
Yes. Do you see my spots?
I
have
do.
spots on there.
So why none of our giraffes don't look alike? Is that the right
That's
way?
perfectly normal. Now, keep in mind, not every giraffe is going to look the same because no two giraffes are the same. Remember, they're unique.
Oh.
Remember that?
That is very true. Unique. I think that might be one of our words in our show.
Well, did I mean to do that? Of course I did.
Paige, you are just too funny.